L'Étape Australia 2018 happened this weekend and it was awesome. Hi, this is Will from Iron Will Multisport Australia, your place to find tips, tricks and experience in triathlon, multisport and endurance events and training. L'Étape Australia was a great success in 2018, and in keeping with the tradition that me and a friend of mine have going on since last year, we did the event in costume, and thus why you'll see my facial hair change throughout the video. More on that though in a couple of minutes. Just leaving Sydney now, it's about a 3-hour drive to Canberra, then another couple of hours drive to Jindabyne. My car is packed and ready to go. Got my bike, got my camping gear because I'm camping because I'm cheap, and got my wicker basket. That'll make a bit more sense later on. Anyway, let's go. Weather is looking really nice for this weekend. It's looking like it'll be, I think, 8 to 18 degrees on the ride. That's at Jindabyne, so up at Perisher it's going to be a little cooler probably, but overall it's looking a lot better than it was last year. L'Étape Australia 2018 took place in the Snowy Mountains in Australia. This year the route was a little bit longer than it was last year, so they brought it up to 170 kilometers, including cycling up Col de Belukha as per normal. That's a 3-kilometer mountain of, I think it's an average of about 10% gradient, which is quite hard. There was also added this year where you cycle up to the top of Perisher and all the way back down, which was so much fun. If you opted to do the ride, which is the shorter version of the race, you would only do 107 kilometers, and this would take you pretty much the same event as the race, minus the Perisher up and back. 2018 marked the 3rd year of this event happening, and I am absolutely coming back for next year. So each year, something nice that they do is they have some race ambassadors. This year, the race ambassadors were Amanda Pratt, Matthew Heyman, and Matthew Keenan, all of which have their own awesome accolades in the cycling world. And what happens in the race, with Amanda Pratt and Matthew Heyman anyway, is that they will start towards the back and they will cycle through everyone so that during the race you will get to cycle with them for at least some little bit. One of the new things I was very happy with for the 2018 event is at the start and the stop and the registration and everything was centered in Jindabyne itself. And because for this event most people stay around Jindabyne, this works out really well. It means that there's a central hub for everything at the place where most people are staying. And also the post-event celebrations are happening in Jindabyne. This makes it so much easier than last year. Last year it was at Krakenbach at the base of the train which takes you up to the Snowy Mountains, which is a great sight, but hard to get to last year. It was bucketing down with rain, it was a horrible day. When we finally finished the race, we just wanted to go home. We didn't really want to go all the way out to Krakenbach to the event race celebrations. Now, as I mentioned, last year it was bucketing down with rain, and so as a bit of fun we decided that we were going to strap a snorkel and goggles onto our helmet and just enjoy the race. We got a lot of laughs, a lot of smiles. It was a great fun idea to do. To try and keep this up as a tradition, this year we decided we were going to dress up in costume again. So we decided to go with a cliche, stereotype sort of French costume. Because the race is run by Le Tour de France and it's basically a Tour de France stage in Australia, we thought let's go with the French theme and really ham it up. So what we did is we had the black and white striped cycling jerseys, we had a red scarf, we had a wicker basket strapped to the front of our bikes. In that we had some baguettes, some cheese, some grapes. And for the race, I decided to shave my beard off so that I just had a French moustache.
So we're here with Willborn. He's doing very well so far. Will, tell me, what's your secret?
The baguettes. Next is Col de Belukha. 3 Ks of average of 10% gradient. That is hard. And I made it up Belukha, and I didn't even get out of the saddle. Awesome work.
This is fucked.
Made it to the top. That's Perisher. And it just makes the event so much more fun, I think. And when you see people, you cycle past them, you go bonjour, au revoir, and they say allez, allez. It's so much fun. Another thing that happened quite a bit was when we were especially cycling up Col de Kosciuszko up to Perisher, all the cyclists coming down the hill. You'd see them, they'd be all, serious face. They'd see us coming past, and then you just see this smile, a bit of a laugh as they go past. One interesting thing that happened this year, I was actually involved in a bit of a crash. So we were cycling in a peloton, there was a bunch of us cycling together. People in front of me started braking, so I started braking. Unfortunately, the person behind me didn't quite notice that we'd started braking and collided right into me from behind. His wheel had disc brakes, so unfortunately when he collided with my wheel, his disc brake completely bent out of place, making the wheel completely unusable. The person behind me managed to then crash into the person behind me, sending him head over handlebars. It looked like he was a little hurt, but he seemed to be okay. So all riders were okay, it was just the bikes which took the damage. When the collision happened, I slammed the brakes on so that we could stop as quickly as possible, and my rear wheel got completely flattened, huge chunk taken out of it from that emergency stopping. So that was unusable. So I got a flat spot on my tyre, which went down to the last layer, so I don't really trust it to last a lot longer. All good. New tyre. Luckily, the Shimano crew and the crew from On the Race, they were there. They had spares that they gave to me, which was awesome. And I believe that they gave the person who was behind me, they gave him a new front wheel. Because it was a disc brake bike, that meant that they couldn't really fix the brakes, so he had to do the rest of the race with just one brake, which wasn't particularly safe. I hope he was okay. And we have completed the ride. It was awesome. It was long, it was hard, it was sweaty, it was painful, but it's done. So, now I can relax, stretch, have a beer, have some barbecue, eat my baguette, and then head home and sleep. So overall, I am so happy with how this event went. It was a beautiful day. The event staff were great, volunteers were great, the supporters were great, athletes were great. Everyone, it was just an absolute great day to do a long ride through the snowy mountains under Le Tour de France conditions. If you ever get a chance to do L'Etape Australia, absolutely, I would recommend doing it. And at next year's event, you might just see me and my friends in costume again. We've got something planned up our sleeves already, though we'll see how that pans out throughout the year, but we will definitely be there, and we will definitely be there in costume. And there's some nice souvenirs from the race. We got the awesome medal for completing the race, and for signing up you get this nice shirt. Unfortunately, I only had mediums left, so this is a little bit big on me, but that's alright. What's your favorite cycling event to do? Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. If you can hit that like and subscribe button, that would be awesome. And I will see you in the next one. Au revoir.